You know, he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
Well, good morning, friends. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm Franky, and this is the Think Tank. So Jim Brenner has been charged in the death of Dylan Rounds. It's been around 9 months that whatever happened to Dylan that night or that morning happened to Dylan. So let's take a look at this. I couldn't be happier. This family has absolutely done a phenomenal job of trying to get some kind of resolution as to what has happened to Dylan. Let's take a look.
Now, after a 9-month investigation, a suspect has been charged with the murder of 19-year-old Dylan Rounds, who went missing near Lucin, Utah, a small town near the Nevada-Utah border. Fox 13 News reporter Darian DeBrule spoke with Dylan Rounds' mother about how she's feeling now.
This is a huge win for Dylan. This is huge. This is what we have been fighting for 9 months.
It's been over 9 months since Candace Cooley's son, Dylan Rounds, was last seen on his farm in Lucin, Utah.
Dylan was living his dream. Dylan was a 19-year-old that is unlike so many others. He was so giving, and he was so passionate about what he did.
Friday, the Box Elder County Sheriff's Office said 59-year-old James Brenner, who was already in custody on an unrelated federal firearms charge, has now been charged with aggravated murder and desecration of a human body. Cooley says her family suspected Brenner all along.
Brenner should have been arrested on the very first day. We knew he did.
You see, this is the thing with this case. Everybody pretty much believed that Jim Brenner had everything to do with this. So it's taken 9 months of this family busting their butts to get some kind of justice. I am very impressed with this family.
Something to Dylan. We knew our son would never walk away from his farm.
Despite some reports saying otherwise, Cooley says James Brenner was not a family friend.
We did not know Brenner. Brenner moved out to the property and squatted on it after Dylan was already there. Stop calling Brenner a family friend, because he absolutely was not.
No.
According to arresting documents, investigators found a time-lapse video of Brenner cleaning a gun with bloodstains on his arms and shirt. Police were able to...
So it's this information right here that has blown me out of the water. They literally have got a video of Brenner in, I don't know, Dylan's bodily fluids, cleaning a gun. Oh, there is so much. They have this guy.
Obtained the shirt and found Dylan's DNA on it. Although police have not released a motive, Cooley believes her son's murder was not premeditated.
100% snap moment. You look back through Brenner's history, everything's a snap moment.
Cooley says her family has still not had time to grieve, as charges being filed was just one battle. The next, finding Dylan's body.
We're remaining on our focus to find Dylan and to bring Dylan home. And so those emotions are still put to the side right now. We will be out there. We will spend our full summer out there. If he doesn't tell us where Dylan is, we will have a base camp, and we have people, elite teams across the country that will come help us. We will go find Dylan.
Darian DeBrule, Fox 13 News.
So that is what has happened in the last day or so. So if you remember, he, as Brenner, was one of many people that were looked at right after Dylan went missing. Basically, more than any other reason, is there's a bunch of criminals that were living around there. It was unbelievable. So these here are the court documents. So it gives the case number, the charges: aggravated unaliving, first-degree felony, mandatory appearance in Box Elder County, the offense date being May 28th, 2022. Charge 2, abuse or desecration of an unalived human body in the 3rd degree, same offense date and mandatory appearance. They've assigned the case to Judge Brandon Maynard, plaintiff being the state of Utah. So this gives all of Brenner's information. And let's see here. This basically is talking about the proceedings. So count 2, abuse or desecration of a human body, 3rd degree felony in violation of Utah code. And then it gives the number as follows: that on or about May 28th, 2022, the defendant did intentionally and unlawfully disturb, conceal and destroy a unalived human body or any part of it. This is giving the detective's name, and this here is the information for the probable cause. The 19-year-old victim was reported as a missing person on or about May 30th. Sheriff deputies, along with search and rescue crews, immediately got to work on efforts to locate the victim, but were unsuccessful. During the search, deputies discovered a pair of boots belonging to the victim. One boot had a red stain on it, and DNA analysis confirmed that it did belong to the victim. In addition, DNA belonging to the defendant. The victim's phone records were also obtained, which showed movement on the day of his disappearance. Sorry, guys, still fighting the bug. So were also obtained, which showed movement on the day of his disappearance on remote property in Lucin, where defendant was squatting. Phone data showed that the last signal from the victim's phone was at the Lucin pond, and a search of the pond led to the discovery of the victim's phone. The digital forensic download of the phone was conducted and led to the discovery of a time-elapsed video with a timestamp taken at the time of the victim's disappearance. The video showed defendant with red stains on his arms and shirt as he was cleaning a gun. The shirt which defendant is wearing in the video, amazingly, was still around and was analyzed and had the victim's DNA on the shirt. The defendant was interviewed and made several claims that corroborated forensic evidence, in addition to making numerous demonstratively false statements despite a thorough investigation and extensive search. The victim's remains have not been recovered due to the defendant removing and concealing it. So here we've got the plaintiff, James Brenner, and the court, the state of Utah, in the above named defendant. You are hereby summoned to appear before a judge in the district court at 1st District Court, 43 North Main, Brigham City, Utah. Count 1, criminal homicide, aggravated number, and then it gives the number first-degree felony, abuse or desecration of a human body, third-degree felony. Some more paperwork for them to fill out. And then again, the charges, all the information on the defendant, and the proceedings. So that is the paperwork that has been put out. So it's just basically saying that in another article that James Brenner was a man who lived near Dillon Rounds. Let me see here. And that he has been charged. So like I was saying, we did know that there was a few of them that were being looked at, and he was absolutely one of them. James Brenner was one of them, along with another neighbor, Don H. If you remember, the Wadsworths were looked at, and there's a few of them that were looked at, and I don't know if everybody has been completely eliminated. So saying I don't know if there's more charges coming. But with that said, we do know that Brenner did this deed. The family was complaining how they watched him basically clean out that entire grain truck in front of the local law enforcement and in front of the family. They knew that it was more than likely going to be Brenner due to the fact of a couple items, including a gun and keys to the truck that were found. So they knew someone was basically sneaking onto that property and altering that scene. So with that said, friends, I'm going to take another look around and see what else I can dig up on this case. And I do have a few others I would like to talk to you about throughout the weekend. Well, I guess we're on Sunday, so throughout the day. And I'll be working on those this morning and getting that out to you. So watch for Gloria Satterfield, which is the housekeeper of Alex Murdaugh. And we will talk a little bit about what was done to her boys after her unaliving, possible accidental. So, guys, thank you very much for spending the time with me. I hope you enjoyed the update. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you, and I'll absolutely see you in the next one. Bye.